This is your host. I'm Dr. Marvin Reyes from Manila, Philippines. Today, we celebrate the 5th Biennial Conference, gathering new set of officers and members all over the country and around the world. We are guided by the theme, Forging Local and Global Partnerships Towards Sustainable Initiatives, as we realize PAEPI Global's vision and commitment to elevate the discipline to an effective means of social and individual transformation. The program is divided into two. The first part is the oath-taking and turnover ceremonies, and the second part is for our socialization and networking. To begin, we invoke God for blessing through an interfaith prayer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم آمين يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شمل المسلمين والكريستيان والأمم في مدينة دباو وسلم دائما مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في بلدنا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you, when we forget to acknowledge your presence in the image of our brothers and sisters, and for moments we fail to be good stewards of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the light of your everlasting love and mercy. Grant us, Father, with your comfort in times of distress and with your strength in times of weakness. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with a prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Our ecumenical prayer was prepared for us by the Philippine Normal University from Manila. San Beda University Manila serves as the host for this year's Biennial Conference, having the newly incoming PAEPI Global President Dr. James Loreto C. Piscos from this university. And to welcome this event, it's our honor to present to you Reverend Father Aloysius Maria A. Maranan, OSB, the first Rector President of San Beda University and the 22nd Rector President of then San Beda College, to give us an inspirational welcome remarks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Marvin Reyes. Dr. Professor Bharat Soni, Professor Dr. Cristina Dragomir, Professor Dr. Angelica Baylon, distinguished officers of the International Governing Body and regional directors, Philippine officers and board of directors, distinguished members of the Philippine Association of Extension Program Implementers Global, friends, ladies and gentlemen. I am very pleased to formally welcome you to this virtual gathering of the 5th Biennial Conference and Oath-Taking Ceremonies of the new officers of the Philippine Association of Extension Program Implementers. You have chosen a very timely and relevant theme on this special occasion, that is, forging local and global partnerships towards sustainable initiatives. Your commitment to elevate the level of extension services along with teaching and research through local, regional, and international partnerships is a very noteworthy and commendable task to follow. In the midst of COVID pandemic, we look forward with utmost hope and optimism that the organization's tradition of collaboration and mutual exchanges will empower programs to align with your noble vision and mission. I offer my sincere virtual embrace to officially welcome you all and to congratulate also all of you, especially the outgoing officers headed by Attorney Amihan, Alcazar, the organizing committee, for all your diligence, commitment, and dedication to achieve a job well done. Likewise, I joyfully welcome the new set of vibrant, intelligent, energetic incoming officers headed by Dr. James Loreto Piscos of San Beda University. As I welcome you all, it is our hope and our dream that tonight's milestone and momentous event will usher a more responsive and proactive direction towards achieving the noble mission and vision of PAEPI Global. It is our fervent prayer that the incoming officers will provide awesome leadership and inspiration to continue the aspirations of Philippine Association of Extension Program Implementers Global. In behalf of San Beda University, welcome to tonight's illustrious conference. God bless you, mabuhay, and thank you very much.
Optimism, full of vision exchanges in spite of pandemic. What a beautiful piece from Father Aloy. Thank you very much for the welcome and inspiring address, and allow us to greet you a happy and blessed birthday, Father Aloysius Maria A. Maranan, OSB. Okay? At this juncture, we ask everyone to turn on their camera, and we will be having the first virtual picture taking, which shall be posted in the PAEPI Global website. Again, may we ask everyone to please turn on their cameras, and we will be having our first virtual picture taking, which shall be posted in the PAEPI Global website. Okay.
Okay, everyone, please open your camera. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, another 1. 1, 2, 3. Okay, last shot. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you for the cooperation of everybody. We shall now proceed to PAEPI's quick history and organizational structure, which will be delivered to us by Dr. Angelica Baylon, PAEPI Global Chair Emeritus and ERO Director, MAAP Philippines. We have now Dr. Angelica Baylon.
Thank you, Dr. Marvin Reyes. Thank you to Beda University's first Rector, President, Reverend Father Aloysius Maranan, for the warm welcome and inspiration. Belated happy birthday, Reverend Father. Respectful greetings to our PAEPI Global Advisors, Dr. Bharat Soni, and fellow Dr. Vice Admiral Eduardo Mar Santos, to PAEPI President and former PLP President, Dr. April Amihan Alcazar, PAEPI Global Chair Dr. Cristina Dragomir and team, incoming PAEPI Global President Dr. James Loreto Piscos and team, and all the distinguished foreign and local leaders composed of professors, scholars, university presidents, who I will have the pleasure to acknowledge in my presentation today. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. At this juncture, I have the honor to present a quick brief history and organizational structure of PAEPI Global. In 1989, PAEPI was founded by its pioneer president, Dr. Cristina Bonilla. In 2009, PAEPI Board re-registered PAEPI with address in MAAP Mariveles, Bataan. PAEPI is a recognized professional association whose membership consists of responsible officials and extension implementers in various accredited local institutions with extension services agenda, engaged in the conduct of professional development activities and projects for the enhancement of competencies of its members. The membership consists of individual and institutional members in collaboration with reputable global partners, hence PAEPI Global. We're grateful to the pioneer leaders of the long-standing PAEPI. Dr. Cristina Bonilla, Extension Services Director of the Technological University of the Philippines, was the pioneer president for 10 years, followed by Attorney Dr. Anita Chauhan, the then Vice President of Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology for 2 years. My first PAEPI participation was during her term when MAAP sent me on official business in the 2001 PAEPI Annual Convention hosted by Palawan State University. Attorney Chauhan became the Region 1 Director of the Commission on Human Rights in 2003, and she was succeeded by the third PAEPI President, the Capiz State University Vice President, Dr. Alidino Lesio, followed by Dr. Estelita Tucay, the Presidential Advisor for External Linkages of Nueva Vizcaya State University as the fourth President. These four presidents were all from state universities. Yours truly was the fifth president of the innovative PAEPI for 6 years, from 2009 to 2014, the first time from a private maritime academy of Asia and the Pacific as the MAAP Research and Extension Services Director that time, followed by PLP President Dr. Attorney April Amihan Alcazar as the sixth president for 7 years, from 2015 to 2021, another first in PAEPI, led by a university president from a local university, ang pamantasan ng lungsod ng Pasig. The seventh PAEPI president for 2022 to 2023 is Dr. James Loreto Piscos, another first from a private Catholic university, the Beda University. The pioneering PAEPI has developed solid and credible global partners from the Asia Pacific and Oceania, Europe, and the Americas. PAEPI is globally transformed, as shown by the International Board of Directors, composed of highly regarded distinguished scholars. Governing Board is composed of Dr. Cristina Dragomir from Constanta, Romania as chair, Dr. Ryo Takahashi from Sendai, Japan as vice chair, Dr. Tatik Suryani from Surabaya, Indonesia as secretary, Director Warren Nebad from Tennessee, USA as PRO, and Dr. James Loreto Piscos from Manila, Philippines as executive director and treasurer. Representing the Asia Pacific are Dr. Samrat Ghosh from Australia, Dr. Kartik from India, Dr. Sandan Naing from Myanmar, Dr. Redzuan Zulfakar from Malaysia, Professor Olga Ischenko from Russia, Vladivostok, Dr. Rayan from Taiwan, and Dr. Ramhari Lamichain from Kathmandu, Nepal. Representing Europe and Africa are Dr. Boris Sivilisic from Croatia, Captain Mohammed Rovihil from Egypt, Dr. Chona Disnelads from Batumi, Georgia, Dr. Nikitakos from Greece, Dr. Rosa Maria Spitaleri from Roma, Italy, Dr. Mariana Panaitescu from Romania, and Dr. Pavel Kavalichin from Kaliningrad, Russia. Representing Americas are Dr. Marie Lanier from Texas, USA, and Dr. Roberto Lastramier from Barranquilla, Colombia. Executive officers are led by the San Beda University, Dr. James Loreto Piscos as president, Philippine Normal University President Dr. Bert Tuga as Executive VP and VP for Luzon, West Visayas State University President Dr. Joselito Villaruz as VP for Visayas, and Caragas State University President Dr. Anthony Penaso as VP for Mindanao. The San Beda University English Department Chair Dr. Rowena Javier Rivero as Secretary, the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Faculty Extensionist Dr. June Varlis as Treasurer, and Laguna University Dean Engineer Paul Gerard Lasangre Cruz as PRO. All the regional PAEPI Global Board of Directors are university presidents, as shown on the slides with their logo or seal of their respective universities. Luzon is headed by its VP for Luzon, Philippine Normal University President Dr. Bert Tuga, with Assistant VP for Luzon, the Polytechnic University of the Philippine President Dr. Manuel Muhi, representing National Capital Region. Other Luzon regional directors are Ifugao State University President Dr. Eva Marie Dugion, representing Cordillera Administrative Region. Pangasinan State University President Dr. Dexter Butet, representing Region 1. Cagayan State University President Dr. Urduha Tejada, representing Region 2. Bulacan State University President Dr. Cecilia Gascon, representing Region 3. Palawan State University President Dr. Ramon Docto, representing Region 4. And Central Bicol State University for Agriculture President Dr. Albert Naperi, representing Region 5. Visayas is led by West Visayas State University President Dr. Joselito Villaruz, with Assistant VP for the Visayas, the Iloilo Science and Technology University President Dr. Raul Muyong, representing Region 6. Other Visayas regional directors are Bohol State University President Dr. Regus Villa Pobar, representing Region 7, and Biliran Provincial State University President Dr. Victor Caniezo Jr., representing Region 8. Mindanao is led by VP for Mindanao, the Caraga State University President Dr. Anthony Peñaso, representing Caraga or Region 13, with Assistant VP for Mindanao, the Sulu State College President Dr. Karisma Yututalu of Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao. Other Mindanao regional directors are J.H. Ceriles State College President Dr. Mary Jocelyn Butang, representing Region 9. The Northwestern Mindanao College of Science and Technology President Dr. Glenn Herbert Reyes, representing Region 10. The University of Southeastern Philippines President, Dr. Lourdes Generalao, representing Region 11. And the Sultan Kudarat State University President, Dr. Rolando Hechenova, representing Region 12. The PAEPI Global Special Committees are chaired by specialized multi-awarded people whose expertise and networks are globally recognized and beyond compare. The membership committee is chaired by Chancellor of Proposed University State of Jharkhand and former Vice Chancellor of Apex Professional University, Dr. Rajesh Arora from India, with co-chair Dr. Milabel Enriquez Ho, the AACOP Executive Director and former Western Mindanao State University President. The publication committee is chaired by Dr. Juwari, President of the International Association of Scholarly Publishers, Editors, and Reviewers from Surabaya, Indonesia, with co-chair Dr. Marie Paz Morales, the National Research Council of the Philippines, Division 1 Chair on Educational, Governmental, and International Division, and publication. She is also Publication Director of Philippine Normal University. The Marine Education and Ocean Literacy Committee are chaired by Dr. Chiyoshi Sasaki from Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technology and the President of Asia Marine Educators Association, Japan, with co-chair Dr. Jimmy Masagka of Catanduanes State University, an expert commission member, International Union of the Conservation of Nature Commission on Education and Communication, Switzerland. The Legal and Policy Committee is chaired by Barrister Dr. Captain Vivek Jain from England, and with co-chair Dr. Cherdito Cadag, President of Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges. Technical and Engineering Committee is chaired by Dr. Engineer Professor Michelle Fiorini, Michelle Fiorini, the Principal Engineer and Engineering Manager from Roma, Italy. PAEPI Global is honored, inspired, and guided by our honorary advisors, Dr. Bharat Soni, the President of Global Linkage and Alliance USA, and fellow Dr. Vice Admiral Eduardo Mar Santos, AFP retired, the President of the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific Philippines. Next is the PAEPI Corporate Values and Ethics, which are best remembered by the acronym PAEPI. Members of PAEPI are called PAEPians, wherein P stands for productivity. PAEPians are committed to actions and outputs. A, accountability. PAEPians are responsible and transparent for good governance and performance. E, ethical conduct. PAEPians are principled, decent, just, acting properly and professionally always. P, pride. PAEPians are consistent PAEPI members in good standing. And I, integrity. PAEPians are reliable, honorable, and honest as responsive and relevant extension implementers. With this PAEPI corporate values and ethics, PAEPians practice the 3 C's, communication, cooperation, and collaboration, with every PAEPian serving as coach, comrade, and collaborator. When I visited the Catholic San Beda University website, I was inspired by the unique acronym that Rector President Reverend Father Aloysius Maranan of the Order of Saint Benedict have initiated. For instance, when San Beda implemented a digital transformation program, he named it Benedict, which stands for Bedans Enabling and Nurturing Excellence in Digital Transformation and Communication Technology. He encouraged the Bedan community to possess strong minds for S, brave hearts for B, and undaunted spirits for U, to motivate the Bedans' hearts, minds, and spirits. Indeed, strong minds, brave hearts, and undaunting spirits are significant characteristics to possess because fearlessness is a higher level than confidence. If applied to PAEPI corporate values and techniques, shall inspire us to mix the spirit of fearlessness with confidence, to be assertive, to have courage, to take big leaps into the unknown, to build bridges to places that we can see, to take chances that others wouldn't even imagine, and to accomplish PAEPI vision, mission, and goals for the greater glory and honor of God. Speaking of PAEPI vision and mission, PAEPI envisioned itself as the leading professional association on research-based extension programs in the Philippines and the Asia-Pacific region and beyond through global partnership. PAEPI mission is to advance and advocate the professionalization of extension program implementers as career and service providers in 4 development areas. Next slide shows the PAEPI expanded mission. PAEPI's elevated mission is to bring the extension to the level of discipline and as a profession by continuous research and capability building that will contribute significantly to the development of professional extensionists with tested practices grounded on acceptable theories, principles, approaches, methodologies, and techniques of community extension. Next slide is the PAEPI goals and general objectives. PAEPI serves as key players or catalysts in 5 Ps for people empowerment, for sustainable development on this planet, in global partnership for peace and prosperity. The 2 general objectives are elevate extension to a level of discipline, vital to effective individual and social transformation, and build and upgrade the capabilities and professionalism of the extension program. Next slide is the PAEPI 10-point approaches or PAEPI strategies, which can be best remembered using the acronym strategies, wherein S stands for social mobilization and program complementation, P, trainings and other activities, R, resource generation, A, appropriate technology promotion, transfer, and utilization, P, twinning and linkaging, E, expansion of membership, G, global partnership, I, involvement through policy and media advocacies, E, expertise directory of all members and partners for networking and complementation, and S, sharing through participatory planning, consultation, values orientation, and in the end, award its members and partners for their voluntary efforts and contributions. Next is the PAEPI programs and projects that are all in line with the PAEPI vision, mission, goals, and objectives. The PAEPians conduct programs and projects in partnership and collaboration with others who share similar trust and concerns for national and global impact, wherein there is an atmosphere of mutual trust and respect, which the acronym RESPECT implies, wherein R stands for research, undertake funded, relevant, and responsive researches, E, external linkages, establish partnership and collaborative activities proactively, S, special projects, develop, conduct, and evaluate special community projects, P, publications, publish newsletters, souvenir programs, monographs, handbooks, pamphlets, journals, and other materials on extension, E, endorsement of policies, advocate, recommend, endorse, and implement policies beneficial for extension service workers. C, capacity building, conduct institutional, regional, provincial training, seminar, workshop for capability on extension, including distance education and short-term courses in selected extension areas, including annual, international, and biennial conventions. T, talk or consultancy, to talk, discuss, and support members and partner institutions to further strengthen the extension programs. Next slide are logos of our major global partners who have contributed to the globalization and internationalization of PAEPI that benefited the PAEPI memberships. Thank you to AUSN USA for partial or complete scholarships for Masters and PhD on Global Public Health, Bioethics, and Sustainability, with 13 PAEPI members benefited. AMEA Japan for marine education and ocean literacy partnerships and scholarships through AMEA President Dr. Shiyoshi Sasaki. BHS Korea for the English training program of paying Koreans in PAEPI member institutions like BPSU and BCS, GlobalBet Australia, and NI Emirates UK for sponsored maritime education and capability trainings made possible to our PAEPI Global Advisor, Vice Admiral Eduardo Mar Santos of the Maritime Academy of Asian Pacific Philippines, 3DC, the USA, for the renewable energy that benefited 10 PAEPI member institutions present with us today, like PNU, PUP, PLP, CBSWA, MAAP, PUP, as we were all sponsored in the 18 days renewable energy educational tour in Tennessee, USA, hosted by our PAEPI Global PRO 3DC Director Warren Nevad, and in 2014, the Renewable Energy Conference hosted by our PAEPI Global Advisor, Dr. Bharat Soni of the Technological University of Tennessee, USA. Special thanks to CERS Romania, FESPU Russia, G-Link USA, Mascot Italy, Royal Institute Singapore, and UWH Indonesia for joint sponsored seminars, conferences, webinars, and international student contests participated by PAEPI member institutions. Next are the various logos of our local partners. All PAEPI activities were officially endorsed by the Commission on Higher Education and supported by local and global partners. PAEPI is recognized by the Commission on Human Rights as a national partner in establishing centers for human rights education. Other partners include Philippine Navy, Department of Science and Technology, National Research Council of the Philippines, and Department of Energy. Next is the PAEPI major activities. PAEPI conducts national planning led by the incumbent president. And from 1989 to 2006, PAEPI conducted annual convention and general membership assembly. The last annual convention was hosted in 2006 by Philippine Normal University. It was then decided that by the board to conduct the general membership assembly every 2 years. Consequently, in 2008, PAEPI started the first PAEPI Biennial Convention and General Membership Assembly hosted by Capital University, then in Aklan State University, then in MAAP, and then PLP, and now San Beda University. In 2014, PAEPI started the annual International Convention hosted by PLP. Other host institutions were San Beda with 3DC, MAAP and UMAP with AMEA, UP Diliman with PUP and 3DC, DLSU and PLP. Next slide shows that depending on the training needs and the board's initiatives, PAEPI conducts national and regional training. Noted were training on geographic information system, social mobilization, extension program implementation and enhancement, human rights education, research, statistics, and extension services training, to cite a few. Next are some PAEPI policy advocacies, which include Magna Carta for Extension Services, NSTP, Strong Decentralized Human Rights Education, spearheaded by the PAEPI past president, Dr. Atty. Anita Chauhan. Next are some PAEPI publications, include PAEPI biennial publications, PAEPI brochure, PAEPI GIS primer, and 4 PAEPI journals. In the pipeline is the International Convention of PAEPI Journal to be indexed by the Web of Science. The success of any organization is basically dependent on the quality of its human resources, both leaderships and memberships. Extension services is one of the trilogy function of all higher education institutions, local or international. Membership is open to all extension program implementers and institutions, organizations, associations with extension agendas. PAEPI encourages and empowered PAEPI members who wish to form their institutional, municipal, provincial, or regional chapters by coordinating with their respective regional directors. PAEPI leadership ensured that members would benefit in the process. Membership benefits are abbreviated as PAEPI RISE for easy recall, because it is the goal of PAEPI to empower its member extensionists for them to rise or be elevated to socially transform professional extensionists with a heart, which the PAEPI Global stands for. P stands for presentation. wherein members are provided a venue to present their institutional extension initiatives and be recognized in the process based on PAEPI criteria for best paper, best extensionist, best extension service implementer, and a lot more. A, assistance. Members are assisted for their capability building and other needed support from PAEPI. E, endorsement. Members may be endorsed as volunteer professionals or exchange experts in an all-expense paid abroad. PAEPI Global had MOUs with BSO Bahaginan and other local and global partners like AUSN, Fulbright, and Ubios Ethics Institute. P stands for publication. Members can publish their best practices in the PAEPI Extension Services Journal and in the International Convention of PAEPI Journal, which the PAEPI intends to be recognized on the Science Web. Members, I stands for inclusion, wherein members will be included in the membership directory of experts for complementation of services. R, recognition. Members may be recognized nationally and globally as extension, faculty, staff, and students because of PAEPI global partners represented by 78 countries. I, information. Members are regularly updated on PAEPI activities and its partners, sponsored activities for their participation and interest. S, service commissionship. Members may also be commissioned as members or officers of the Philippine Navy, Philippine Coast Guard, or Interpol through PAEPI endorsement, subject to their interests and also based on screening procedures criteria by Philippine Navy, PCG, or Interpol, who will interview and commission the interested PAEPians. E, establishment. Members will be able to establish alliances with other organizations to strengthen PAEPI advocacies and maximize the benefits derived from PAEPI memberships global networks. In conclusion, it can be surmised that the impressive organizational structure of PAEPI Global, coupled with the presence of inspiring leaders and scholars, which we all shall have the pleasure to see, hear, and meet in the latter part of the program, signals solidarity and support based on mutual trust and respect. The PAEPI, being global and a key player for people empowerment, serves as a channel of advocacy to disseminate information on activities, programs, and events for sustainability. Led by national and global eminent leaders with a heart, PAEPI continues to partner globally with reputable organizations and scholars for mutual support beneficial to social, the people, environmental, the planet, and economics in line with SDG 17 on global partnership for sustainable development, for peace and prosperity. With that ends a brief overview, and for more details, please visit PAEPI Global website. Thank you and good day.
Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Baylon. And I know that each among the participants here are so excited to get engaged with each other's connections. And also, we would like to say thank you very much for your comprehensive and enlightening presentation on the quick history and organizational structure of PAEPI Global. At this time, we have the honor to present our keynote speaker, who is also the PAEPI Global Honorary Advisor. He serves as the founder and CEO of Global Linkage LLC of the United States of America. It is a privilege to introduce to you Dr. Bharat Soni.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is truly a very global gathering from all parts of the world. First, let me wish Reverend Maranan happy birthday. All leaders of PAEPI, welcome to the PAEPI annual membership and the meeting. I have several thoughts which I would like to share with you. Dr. Baylon's presentation was very comprehensive, covering several aspects of PAEPI. We are in a very global environment where we can take a best utilization. There was a slide by Dr. Reverend Maranan who indicated three C's, which is kind of collaboration, cooperation, and communication. Communication is the key for establishing any global collaboration. Our theme is forging local and global collaboration for sustainable initiatives and development, which matches very well with UN's 17 goals, which were also presented in Dr. Baylon's presentation. If you look at all the 17 goals, the overall theme is food, energy, and water. You know, the water scarcity in the world has been predicted that in next 50 years, several parts of the world is going to have a water scarcity. And UN's those 17 goals indicates and brings all of those together. So when I retired from my university position, you know, I have a passion for innovation and entrepreneurship, but at the same time, bringing the world together, bringing the global community together, and see how we can globally work together. And the best place to do that with the scientific community. We are educators. Throughout my life, we have always thought that you work for higher education or education, then education or what we do or what institute we represent forms a knowledge bank for community and economic development. So we are the knowledge bank. We work with a lot of young people. We can harvest their energy. These young people, the today's generation, they have the entire world at their fingertips. We used to get a lot of students from everywhere in the world. And when they land here, they know a lot more about us, a lot more about our university, a lot more about our town, a lot more about our country, or than anything else, because they have gone through on their fingertips, looking at the Google, looking at all resources that they have available. So they have that world available too. So I mentioned water, energy, and food, bringing that together. At the same time,
I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said?
at the same time, keeping the healthcare in mind. We just went through, I should say, we're still going through the pandemic, which has basically, disturbed all our plans in a way, or it has put a break into it. We are almost over that pandemic, but healthcare is so critical to our future and life and bringing it together, along with environmental. So if we can look at as a group, we bring in innovation, we create innovative initiative, working together. to basically strategically focusing on 2 or 3 key areas or key projects or key environment aspects where we bring in food, energy, and environment, and water, keeping healthcare and environmental aspects in mind, bringing information technology. The technology is so key to bring in Internet of Things, the 3D printing, robotics. The world is moving too fast. So we can inspire our young generation, working together, provide them inspiration to start looking into programs and projects where we can change the world. And one of the PAEPI's, all PAEPI's mission and everything which Dr. Baylon presented is extremely right on the target of what we should be doing as a group together. So as a global advisor, one of the challenge I have, and I would like myself make available to all the groups involved from everywhere, to see if we can come together and collaborate to initiate few projects which we can take it to conclusion, take our world to the next level. Another thing is, and Dr. Baylon presented those 17 UN goals. One of them, the second goal is the hunger, to eliminate hunger. United States is one of the richest countries, but you will not believe the state I am living in, state of Alabama, 16% of adults are food insecure, and 25% of kids are food insecure. I'm involved in one of the raising awareness of hunger, RAISE, they call it, RAISE. It's a non-profit organization addressing hunger issues, even in United States. Throughout the world, we have that issue. Now, that is one aspect. The second aspect is the wastage of food. We as a world waste the amount of food, even during the process of harvesting that to making it to when produced. Look at the restaurants, look at the grocery stores, how much food is being wasted. The amount of food wasted is twice than what we can feed the hunger community of the world. So it is, in a way, it is not a big issue, but that has been an issue for a long time. How can we address that? We need to put our minds together to come up with some ideas. So let's do this. So one of my advice and contribution I would like to make is to come up with 2 or 3 key projects where we all buy into it as a group and work towards that, doing innovation, bringing the technology together, keeping healthcare and environment in mind. Healthcare is also moving very fast. Personalized medicine. The DNA is now the old things, but the genetics they've been using to characterize things. How can we use this kind of technologies into improving or to fulfilling our mission? So those are the things, a few things I have on my mind on how do we forge our global and local partnerships for this kind of sustainable development. As far as I'm concerned, I love people. Many of you know me. I was privileged to join the PAEPI meeting in Manila when we had a big physical meeting. And I saw the enthusiasm in young people, and I see that everywhere. Yeah, and let's bring them together as under this PAEPI, involving global community to basically press on to make a difference in the areas of any selected global goals which UN has already put together. We have a lot of resources at our hand, bringing in all these countries together. And one thing I want to always keep in mind is, let's not forget technology. Let's bring the technology together. Being an engineer, I spent 35, 40 years of my life working in computer simulations, and we worked on simulations from aircraft simulations to automobile to all kinds of simulations. But then how do we use at a ground level where we can make a difference in community, make a difference, bringing all the mission of the PAEPI. So I promise myself to the entire community, all my colleagues and friends in PAEPI, that after retiring, of course, I stay busy. In fact, I started doing some of the agriculture, growing vegetables and flowers, spending time on, and I'm learning a lot because I never had time before when I was working. So getting to something which we have a passion for, which I have, and all of you have, because I can see from the passion, from the, and I used to tell my students, and I told Dr. Baylon one time, when I met her first time at Tennessee Tech University, that when you're passionate about something, when you talk, you basically drool. And I think that's the kind of energy we need in all of us. And then we can inspire our young generation, because we are all educators working with young people, to basically bring them with us to do innovative and innovation aspects and infuse entrepreneurship skills in them. And believe me, we have done that. I have done that with my collaborators at Tennessee Tech University, where we decided we're going to build an innovation and entrepreneurship drive on campus. And in 3 years, we will be able to have 4 startup companies from students. And so I think we can bring this young generation, all of us working together to exactly do that. So with that, let me conclude. I'm very happy to be invited and participate in PAEPI. I'm very happy to contribute. Many of you have, I had an opportunity to meet during my Philippines visit. But I look forward to working with all of you and working with PAEPI to see what we can do together. Thank you very much. And by the way, let me say sorry regarding the background. I was told, but I did not check ahead of time. And when I try to do that now, my face also becomes blue. So I'm sorry, I should have checked yesterday and put the right background before our meeting. I'm sorry about that, but in future, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bharat Soni. It's okay that you, but you still have a very pleasing background. Okay, Dr. Bharat Soni actually gave us or presented to us different forms of his message. Okay, a call to collaborate, to eliminate hunger, to continue a sustainable development, and not to forget, of course, the progression of technology. So that would be the main nucleus of what Dr. Bharat Soni is informing us. At this period, we asked Dr. Bharat Soni to administer into office the Global Governing Board for their oath-taking ceremony.
Please, all the we're going to perform the oath-taking ceremony. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Mr. Chairman, is this the way we are doing this?
Yes, can you raise your right hand, please?
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and please use your name. In my case, I, Soni Bharat, as Global Advisor. Please repeat yourself with that.
I, Warren Evad, Global Advisor
Of this PAEPI Global Association, do hereby solemnly promise that I will
of this PAEPI Global Association, do hereby solemnly promise
that I will fulfill
that I will fulfill discharge to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability, the
To
duties
the best of my ability,
of my
the
position.
duty
of my position,
That I will uphold the PAEPI Global Constitution and bylaws.
that I will
uphold the PAEPI
Global Constitution and bylaws,
That I will abide by the rules, resolutions, and orders of the duly constituted PAEPI Global Governing Board and the PAEPI Global Executive Officers Board of Directors.
that I will abide by the rules, resolutions, and orders of the duly constituted PAEPI Global Governing Board and the PAEPI Global Executive Officers Bureaus.
That I will support the PAEPI Global Vision, Mission, Goals and Objectives, Programs and Projects.
That I will support the PAEPI Global Vision, Mission, Goals and Objectives, Programs and Projects.
That I impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without mental reservation and purpose of evasion.
That I will impose upon myself this voluntary obligation without mental reservation and purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Bharat Soni. The following are the members of the Global Governing Board. We have the Chairman, Professor Dr. Maria Cristina Dragomir from Romania. The Vice Chair, we have Professor Dr. Ryo Takahashi from Japan. The Secretary, Dr. Tatik Suryani from Indonesia. We also have the PRO, Director Warren Nevad from the United States of America. The Executive Director and the Treasurer, Dr. James Loreto Piscos from the Philippines. We now call the Global Board of Directors and Special Committee Chairs to have their officers' oath. The Global Board of Directors from Asia Pacific and Oceania. From Europe. The directors from America. At this point, I have to call Dr. Maria Cristina Dragomir, PAEPI Global Chairman, to deliver to us her message.
Hello, I'm very glad to be today with you. I would like to start my message by congratulating you all. The Philippine Association of Extension Program Implementers has the commendable aim to provide extension services on the same level of professional practice as teaching and research through global partnership, which is the 17th Sustainable Development Goal, as mentioned in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal Agenda for 2030. PAEPI global vision and commitment is to elevate the level of the discipline to make it an effective means of social and individual transformation, focusing on quality and excellence of education, as well as adequate educational services which are accessible to all. I congratulate collaborative efforts within PAEPI Global, which contribute to the humanities development and represent one of the best international practice, ensuring global progress in education worldwide. In the academia, collaborative efforts between the educational institutions and external partners contribute to the development of research and also ensure strong and long-term connections, as well as solid partnerships vital for the good development of society and global, regional, local communities. They increase the access of all to quality education. And I'm referring here to the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is about quality education and is among the 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by the United Nations in September 2015, ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all. Also, I congratulate PAEPI Global Partnership, providing opportunities for economic, for social and global development and prosperity. Dynamic academic leaders are best role models for the next generations of leaders that we have to create, to nurture, and to provide mentorship and guidance. We are their best sustainable models, and they will represent the generation taking further all our programs, projects, activities, and efforts while continuing our vision for a right and equitable, sustainable world in peace. Education liberates the intellect, unlocks the imagination, and is fundamental for self-respect and for the well-being of the entire society. It is the key to prosperity and opens a world of opportunities, making possible for each of us to contribute to a progressive, healthy society. Learning benefits every human, every being, and also should be available to all. Therefore, our task, our job as educators, as academia is really, really important and really, really necessary. Educators' work and mission is to inspire. Who do we inspire? Well, we inspire young people. We inspire them to innovate. We inspire them to raise questions and to strive for answers, to search and to create solutions. We inspire them to have a critical mind and to find the answers to stringent problems of our society. And also we inspire them to care about their natural environment, to care about the climate changes Dr. Bharat Soni and Dr. Angelica Baylon previously mentioned. Also, we have, as educators, we have the noble task to help young generation and the next generation of leaders to explore the issues facing now our planet. So we need now effective solutions for really critical issues, really stringent problems. They need our help and our guidance to take positive action and to protect our world and to continue our ongoing efforts for saving our planet. We have only one planet and we have to do action now. And our action now is by teaching, by showing them the way, the right way they have to follow. I am further congratulating all the participants to this extraordinary event of today. And I also encourage you to further share the message of this really great ceremony, to share the symbolic importance and role of this ceremony, of our gathering today. And let the world know about your involvement. Let the society know about your involvement, no matter the size of your involvement, the involvement of yourself in building sustainable education. And the noble task to advocate for quality in education. So I also encourage you to sustain your outstanding research and outstanding efforts in education and to facilitate communication and exchanging information within an interdisciplinary stakeholders. There are many disciplines, there are many environments, from the economic part, from the social part, from the policymakers part. There are many medias that we need to take into account and to further teach the young generation that all these types of environments must collaborate and they all together contribute to specific goals, and we know those goals. So the environment of all stakeholders involved in the society, the academia, the research, policymakers, civil organizations, they all collaborate and establish a pole position for diverse and equitable expertise to accelerate collaborative educational programs and develop partnerships among higher education experts. So I thank you all for your efforts and for being here now today and joining this really, really great event, and for your continuous efforts in delivering quality education. And I wish you all the best in all your educational projects. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dragomir, for your message to call us to inspire the next generations being an educator and extend our knowledge and research to contribute in social development. Thank you very much, Dr. Maria Cristina Dragomir. At this point, okay, Dr. Dragomir will administer the oath-taking ceremony of the Philippine Officers and Board of Directors. We shall call first the executive officers. The President, Dr. James Loreto, C. Piscos, Beda University, Manila. The Vice President for Luzon and Executive Vice President, Dr. Bert J. Tuga, PNU or Philippine Normal University. The Vice President for Visayas, Dr. Joselito F. Villaruz. Okay. We also have the Vice President for Mindanao, Dr. Anthony S. Penaso. The Secretary, Dr. Rowena E. Javier Rivero. The Treasurer, Dr. Jose M. Barliz Jr. And the PRO, Engineer Paul Gerald Lazangre Cruz. We also have the different Board of Directors. First, from the Luzon Board of Directors. The Visayas Board of Directors. And the Mindanao Board of Directors. The Philippine officers and Board of Directors shall follow Dr. Dragomir in reading their officer's oath. And then the virtual photo taking shall follow with the executive officers first, then the Board of Directors. We shall now have Dr. Dragomir for the oath taking.
Okay. So please raise your hand like this and please repeat after me the officer's oath. I, and please,
Angelito Directors for Region 9.
your position
As Vice President
Vice President
of this PAEPI Global Association,
of this PAEPI Global Association,
do hereby solemnly promise.
do hereby solemnly promise
that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties and responsibilities of my position, that I will uphold the PAEPI Global Constitution and bylaws, that I will abide by the rules, resolutions and orders the duly constituted PAEPI Global Governing Board
Of the duly constituted Global Governing Board
and the PAEPI Global Executive Officers, BODs.
and the PAEPI Global Executive
Officers.
That I will support the PAEPI Global Vision.
That I will support the PAEPI Global Vision.
Mission, goals, and objectives. Programs and projects. That I impose upon myself. This voluntary obligation. Without mental reservation. And purpose of evasion. So help me God.
At this point, we hear the accomplishment report and turnover of audited financial statements of the former PAEPI Global President from 2015 to 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Attorney April Amihan Alcazar, PhD, former President Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig from Manila, Philippines.
Miss April, nakamute ka.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, ma'am, you may start.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Good day to everyone. Of course, I would like to greet first Reverend Father Aloysius Maranan, OSB. It has come full circle that when I presided as the president during my first year in 2015, we had our second international convention at the then San Beda College, now San Beda University. So belated happy birthday, Father Aloy. Of course, I would like to acknowledge Dr. Bharat Soni, the chairman of our Honorary Board of Directors. We had such a wonderful accomplishment together with the Tennessee Technological University and began our fruitful collaboration since the time in 2014. I would like to, of course, thank the members and the officers of the PAEPI all throughout my presidency from 2015 to now 2021. Of course, firstly to the PAEPI President Emeritus, Dr. Angelica Baylon, the Vice President and now incoming President, Dr. James Loreto Piscos. I would like to entrust, of course, the leadership and stewardship of the PAEPI to sustain and continue the good works that has been done all throughout its establishment and its continued operations. To the Secretary and incoming Public Relations Officer, Engineer Paul Gerald Lasangre Cruz, to the Treasurer, Dr. Relisa Ferrer and Dr. Aurora Araujo, as Public Relations Officer, thank you very much for all your hard work and collaboration all throughout this presidency. I would like to give a summary of all of the activities that we have done during the time that I was president from 2015 to 2021, which is this year. So as I mentioned already, in 2015, we had our second international convention held in cooperation with the Tennessee Renewable Energy and Economic Development Council, and the 3DC is now ably represented here during our meeting by the Rector Warren Nevad of our PAEPI Global Board of Directors. And our theme at that time was sustainable development through extension programs in livelihood, health, literacy, and renewable energy. And as I mentioned, the venue was then San Beda College, and it was held in July of 2015. In 2016, we had our third international convention with the theme, Literacy Programs, Approaches, Strategies, Practices Towards Holistic and Sustainable Community Engagements, which was held at the Balay Calinaw at the University of the Philippines, Diliman, Quezon City. And we remember our keynote speaker was then Vice President for Public Affairs and now Chairman of the Commission on Higher Education, Dr. J. Prospera de Vera, who is now the Chairman of the CHED. In 2017, one of our main collaborators, the Asian Marine Educators Association, was our partner in holding the 4th International Convention with the theme Ocean Literacy for the Protection of the Environment, which was hosted by the University of Makati Medical City. Of course, we remember the late president of the University of Makati, Professor Tomas Lopez, who ably supported our venture that year. In 2018, it was a very eventful year because we had 2 international conventions hosted that year. The first was the 5th International Convention with the theme Content Integrated Language Learning for All Disciplines, which was held at De La Salle University in February of 2018. And we again remember our keynote speaker at the time, the late Mr. Ramon Ang, the president of EduLinks, one of our able corporate sponsors. And then in the 6th International Convention, again, we cooperated with the Asian Marine Educators Association by bringing PAEPI to Japan. And we cooperated with our different institutional partners, Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technology, Miyako University in Iwate Prefecture, Tenri University in Nara Prefecture, Tohoku University in Miyagi Prefecture, and Konan University in Hyogo Prefecture, together with Educational Enrichment and Enhancement Foundation from the Philippines, to bring the theme Resource-Based Management for Community Engagements to Japan in October to November of 2018. In 2019, we had our 7th International Convention with the theme Healthcare Sustainability and Academic Writing, which was hosted by the Pamantasan ng Luzon ng Pasig or University of Pasig City in April of 2019. Unfortunately, in 2020, we were supposed to have our 8th International Convention to be hosted by the Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific, scheduled in May of 2020, but it was canceled due to the COVID pandemic. Then in 2021, we had our first experience of a virtual international convention during the 9th International Convention with the theme, Digital Education, the Revolution in Philippine Education. So with that, presiding over all of these international conventions, so the summary of comparative financial report. So we started in 2014 when we had to take turnover from Dr. Angelica Baylon. And then in 2015, we had our total revenues, which are comprised of 3 items. We collect, of course, our institutional membership, our individual membership, and our convention fees. And if there are any corporate sponsorships done, then it is given to us by our corporate sponsorship. So in that particular year, from a fund balance of 2014 of 40,400.57, we had our fund balance of 268,500. In 2016, as I mentioned, we had our convention in the University of the Philippines. And then we had our fund balance of 366,147.51. 2017, at the University of Makati, we had our fund balance of 329,867.40. In 2018, I mentioned that we had 2 international conventions, and so we had a fund balance of 100,819.77. 2019, when we had the convention at the University of Pasig City, we had a fund balance of 74,700.77. In 2020, we had no conventions, only some bank charges as our expenses, and so we retained 74,100.77. And finally, in 2021, we have already a fund balance of 63,285.58. So all the audited financial statements have been completed until 2020. So what remains is that we have already submitted our general information sheet as of December 2021 to the Securities and Exchange Commission, but we have to wait until the end of the fiscal year of December 31, 2021 to submit our annual financial statement for the completion of the turnover to the new set of officers. However, the official receipts issued by the Bureau of Internal Revenues are good and valid until June 19, 2022. So in case there will be any conventions or activities to be held, the official receipts are to be turned over to the new set of officers. So with that, I hope that the new leadership of the PAEPI will continue its vision and mission. I wish you the best of luck in all of your endeavors. And right now, I am the president of the Education Channel, and I look forward to further collaboration with you, the higher education institutions, and all of the collaborators in the education sector, both in the Philippines and around the world. Thank you very much. Stay safe and mabuhay to everyone.
Thank you, Attorney April Amihan Alcazar, for your accomplishment report. And from that, let's hear a response and acceptance from the PAEPI Global President 2022-2023 from Beda University, Manila, Professor James Loreto Piscos. Dr. Piscos?
Hello, good day, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. My gratitude to all of you for your commitment in joining today's event. Truly, we become effective agents for social transformation in the context of collaboration and sharing of expertise. Thank you, Dr. Alcazar, our immediate president, for your reports, and I'd like to take note and continue the areas of excellence. For the audited financial statements, the executive board and officers will review them as is important in the PAEPI Global's future engagements. I'd like to mention my special thanks to Reverend Father Aloysius Maranan, OSB, Beda University First Rector President, for giving me the opportunity to serve as one of the administrators during my time as Director of Community Engagement. It is through this office where I came to know Dr. Angelica Baylon, who asked me to be the PAEPI Vice President in 2012. From then on, I became the Vice President up until the time that I am installed as President. Thank you, Dr. Baylon, for your passion and persistence to keep things going. Your vibrant spirit resonates in all the corners of the world and all the regions of the country. This is the reason why we made it possible to have the gathering today. To all PAEPI Global Philippine officers, thank you for accepting the offer to be part of the organization. Our collective strength becomes a symbol of hope in this difficult moment where our uncertainties define our existence. To our global governing body and global board of directors, our partnership and collaboration shall provide opportunities in sharing best practices in the areas of extension, research, and teaching. I am looking forward to research-based community engagement, whose outputs are published in referenced international journal and Scopus Index. I am hoping for membership expansion where we can have more spaces for everyone to hone their skills and capability building. In the next 2 years, we hope to see ourselves inspiring each other, inspiring others to motivate each other, growing together, learning and sharing institutional strength, personal communication, collaboration, and cooperation, and build alliances that promote empowerment and the common good. There is strength in unity, and today we have seen that beginning. I'd like to cite special mention and thank you to Dr. Marvin Reyes from Beda University, who helped in preparing the program and hosted today's event. Thank you, Dr. Reyes. Also special mention to Dr. Bert Puga, President of the Philippine Normal University, Manila, for offering his staff, headed by Ernest Tenorio and team in preparing the needs of the program from slides, invocation, and technical assistance. To you, my gratitude and thank you. Our team updated the directory, and my apology for some mix-up of emails. Some I've received news that some of you were not able to receive it on time because there was some mix of emails. And we're glad that we're able to fix the directory, and we're going to give you a copy of the directory so that we can collaborate, we can communicate, and we can cooperate together in our engagements. And with this tonight, we're happy to have this time of gathering where we can have our energies put together in the light of growth, in the light of sustainable development, in the light of sharing the beauty of life. Again, mabuhay. God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you very much, Dr. Piscos, for your very enthusiastic and passionate acceptance, in responsibilities that will be heading on the future. And for our closing remark, let us listen to Vice Admiral Eduardo Maar Santos, AFP, retired, PAEPI Global Honorary Advisor, and MAAP President. Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Admiral Eduardo Maar Santos.
Good morning, good afternoon, good day to everyone. Thank you very much, Marvin, for your introduction. Let me greet my fellow honorary advisors, the Reverend Father Aloysius Maranan of Beda University. Of course, my friend Dr. Bharat Soni. Let me greet the new president of the PAEPI Global, Dr. James Loreto Piscos, all the members of the new board and the new board members global. Let me greet, of course, the former president, the former president of PAEPI Global, Dr. April Amihan Alcazar, and of course, the founder of PAEPI, Dr. Angelica Baylon. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, a pleasant day to everyone. It's rather a long day for me. I just came from Bataan and I got your email this afternoon. So that's the reason why I don't have my backdrop at this time. But let me say that indeed I'm very happy to give the closing remarks. As you see, 12 years ago, Dr. Baylon started this PAEPI movement in MAAP. Of course, before that, she had started PAEPI, but it was, I guess, at MAAP where things really started moving, because we had really wanted to internationalize. Because the MAAP is a school that develops officers for the international fleet. We do not have graduates in the domestic commercial fleet. All of them are in the international shipping companies. And so therefore, there is an imperative need for us to internationalize, meaning getting ideas, insights from like-minded universities and institutions, and trying to implement them without actually following the strict standards as set, but developing these initiatives that are relevant to the Filipino culture and to the work that they will do aboard ship. So, and so that is the reason why we've been pushing for internationalization since we were established. Let me congratulate Dr. April Alcazar for your 5 years of at the helm of the PAEPI Global. You did a good job. Please carry on with what you have done. We have seen each other many times in the past in our many undertakings, which have been always supported by MAAP. And let me congratulate Dr. Jaime Loreto Piscos on your assumption as the new president of PAEPI Global. Let me also thank Beda University for doing this interactive virtual conference. You see, at MAAP we've been doing international meetings as well. However, in order to hasten things up, we actually got the speeches in advance and taped all the proceedings and put them all in one tape so that there would be no hitches. But I'm certainly very happy that that we have done this interactive convention, and there were no hitches. So I congratulate Marvin, Dr. Piscos, as well as the Beda University, and of course PNU for pulling this through. Congratulations to you. This is a good job. Having said that, talking of internationalization, and especially in these times of pandemics, I think there is a worldwide tendency to relax, to work from home, so to speak. Quotation marks on work. Home is the better part of it. To work from home, and by doing that, and of course reducing the manpower in our workspaces, and by reducing that, then therefore there's a lot of opportunities that are lost. Not only opportunities, but also some basic activities in our own organizations that are sometimes missed. First of all, for lack of personnel physically inside our compound, and of course for lack of personnel will be moving out and doing all of the actions that are needed. Once you do that, there's also a tendency to forget about maintenance, and in a school that is technical in nature, maintenance is very important. Once you start slipping on maintenance, then your machinery start bogging down, and when that happens, then there is a total breakdown of activities, and there would be stagnation. So my message for you, all of you tonight, is in spite of this pandemic, we should not stagnate. We should make ourselves. We should ensure that we continue our work. We're not going to. I mean, after vaccination and after doing the necessary hygiene protocols, we'll probably be able to pull through with this pandemic. It's going to stay, but we're going to pull through by following all of the protocols that are required. But we need to continue working, because if not, then everything will be at a standstill. So we need to move forward. We need to innovate. We need to continue collaborating, move on with motivate ourselves to find new things, new insights, new ideas, new inspiration for us to keep working and improving our systems and improving the way that we treat and we teach our students. So having said that, this PAEPI Global, which has really come a long way, if you ask me, but I'm also very happy to see that even in the International Board of Directors, I think I almost know all of them. We have been together in one organization or another, and I'm very happy that that we are together working again. Rest assured that we will always be here to continue the motion, continue the activities. And again, let me remind everyone, while the initial, we started this initially as extension service implementation, because that's an important leg in education. But then we should really continue on and move to actually towards the attainment of the United Nations Development Goals. We're actually in this time of pandemic, we should also think of the UN Development Goal 3. That's not for number 3, which let's like to remind everyone that we are focused on UN Development Goals number 4 for quality education. But in this time of the pandemic, let's look at quality at UN Development Goals number 3, which is good health and wellness. So that is something that we should always look at. Let our students and all those who are doing extension service to pay attention to this, because by doing this, we'll be able to keep everybody moving. We need to get everybody moving. Let's not be paralyzed by this pandemic. As long as we get ourselves vaccinated, as long as we observe the protocols, I think we can still do our jobs. We cannot afford to lose. We cannot afford to stagnate, because the world goes on, and that's what's happening in the other countries, and we cannot be left behind. Having said that, once again, let me thank everyone for your kind attention. The networking will follow after this. That's really very important, especially in an international body. That's the reason, as I said, that I know almost all of the members of the global board of directors and advisors, because we have been together in some conference or in some organization where there was the time for us to network. So I hope that I will therefore end this closing remarks. I will therefore congratulate everyone again for participating in this activity, and I encourage everyone to continue with their networking. By the way, the Commission on Higher Education has already put up the first award for internationalization, and the winner, of course, was the Philippine National University. So this should be an incentive for the other schools in the country to work towards internationalization. And PAEPI Global is a venue that you can use, that you can use in order to further spread your wings, and soar high. So once again, a pleasant evening to everyone. Everybody did a good job. Let's now do our networking. Thank you very much, and good day.
Thank you very much. We should not stagnate, continue our work in spite of pandemic, and spread your wings. That would be the message coming from Vice Admiral Eduardo Maor Santos, AFB retired. Thank you very much, sir.